What is up, guys? Welcome back to another casted game. We're on the 1v1 quick search ladder, and we find ourselves a game between Steppenwolf and Kees Kachel. Both these players absolutely killing the game at the moment, both around the 1850 ELO mark, so they're certainly much better than I am, and in that pro player category. Spawning in the west of the map, Baja California, we see Steppenwolf playing as the French. His opponent is Kees Kachel, playing as the United States of America, spawning to the east map in the colour red. Now, Kees Kachel, I would say, has been grinding the game a lot. Everybody gets him confused with Feldherr Toby, I think, and all the rest of the German crew. But make no joke about it, like, Kees Kachel used to be in that 1700 mark, maybe 1650, but recently he's come a long way, and it's great to see. And United States might be one of those civs to take you there. A lot of people saying very good things about the civ. Currently actually having a slight ELO advantage over Steppenwolf behind. So, yeah, we'll look into that. One of the changes for the explorers, while the game thinks about what it wants to decide to do, there we go. I don't know why it does that. You can see everything smooth now. So it's the explorer can build trading posts 5 seconds faster, which doesn't sound a lot, but when your trading post originally costs 25 seconds to build and you can build it now in 20, it's insane. It might be 23 and 18, but that is such a huge change here for the French, which on this map in particular, you can get mid-trading posts from both spawns every game as France. And bearing in mind, you get to the trading post site first, but France could have had that trading post straight away and be sending 3 CDBs by like 40 seconds, 50 seconds maybe. That's what we're talking about. With little minute differences that sometimes the devs don't quite think about. Or they probably think about thinking, oh, this is a nice little addition, helps the French, allow the natives, kind of plays their strength. But it's the other things which kind of fall out as a result of this, which doesn't quite, tee up. Another example would be something like the Aztecs getting the 5 vills. They now have 5 vill, 4 vill. Instead of just buffing the 4 vill to 5, they have both the vill cards, and because of the War Chief and the Fire Pit, one of the fastest XP incomes of the game, so they actually just send those vills back to back super, super quick. It's really easy to get into that situation. Just want to get back to my Twitch chat, and this is what I'm actually really excited to see, because I haven't really been following. I skimmed through the patch notes, and I did note that there's like a German tongue build here available for the United States, so I need to have a check. And the deck's actually called the German Immigrant, which I think is a interesting name deck. He's aging up now with Pennsylvania, which is like the new go-to. It's like an eco age 2, but you still get to the 3rd age in decent time, but you're just in a much better position. So let's look at the German Immigrants for those who haven't seen it yet. German immigrants settle down in Germantown, causing each existing and newly constructed mill to spawn 1 settler wagon. In the Commerce Age, you can recruit settler wagons from mills as well. And I want to say that this card used to be that for every mill you sent, you got a German settler wagon. I want to say, and it might have been like some massive HP bonus on it as well. Maybe I'm thinking that would tie in with the French. But now actually it's like a kind of a commandery that Malta has, is the kind of the closest analogy, that once you've got the mill, you can now train settler wagons. And actually, I don't like how this is card 1 when you could send another card. But it's actually signed Dutch immigrants now, which is actually quite expensive. So we're going to have faster bank income, settler wagon production. The economy here might be really, really good here from Germany. So we'll have to pay some attention to this. And behind this, Steppenwolf is probably just doing normal things, aging up, market, transition to hunting dogs, place of mines, save for steel traps. I'm expecting forced CDB first, and you'd have to assume you want to get a stable down here as France to raid this and just try and be as much of a nuisance as possible, because you just can't really allow the United States just to get away with this. And yeah, the age up's in. 1 set wagon in queue, 1 vill as well. Oh my god, military wagon comes down. And the fact that USA gets a military wagon as well, they can actually get US out and defend this. And these 2 shipments from the Pennsylvania are both pretty good. Philadelphia Convention, it's the church wagon, I think. Yeah, church wagon. allows you to get some techs. One's skirmishers, one's cavalry, and one I think is eco, like really good eco. So it's like a 4-vil, 5-vil gold trickle. It's really strange. So it's one of those things that everyone used to be age up with Virginia and just used to how it goes, but now with this extra villager card, I think there's a very dangerous thing here from the devs that it might scale too well with Hamiltonian economics. You have more vills, you have more settler wagons, and whoa, wow, all your market techs are now free. Like, who would have thought? It's incredible. I would like to see market trading for the woods to keep the settler wagon production. Hunting dogs would be quite nice as well, just to really keep that momentum going. But I want to look at, yeah, it's easier to include it in. I missed how much it provides because it doesn't actually show in the church because it's a global income, not a church-based income. Stable down here from Steppenwolf. 5 hussars do come out. Let's have a look at his build order. Going 4-vil, 700 wood. Likely to be 700 gold. Would he go for the 3 TP stagecoach? Hard to defend it, but the TPs in the north and south are quite hard to defend. Kees Kachel does not have Spanish immigrants to siege with the Turkio pikemen, so kind of Mother Nature here. It's kind of up to Kees how he wants to play this. I think Kees doesn't actually know how Hamiltonian economics works. He's been, yeah. So okay, timeout. Capital T here. Timeout. Hamiltonian economics makes all your market techs for free. It also refunds all the techs you've already paid for, so you might as well get in hunting dogs, placer mines, maybe gang saw if you're already getting stuff, and then you carry on. So you could be getting better market techs now instead of having to get for the lower tier 1s first. And yeah, skipping over gang saws and going steel traps and going straight for gang saw is also a micro thing there, but you see the idea what's happening. No, I don't think he's gone for. I don't think it's advanced farming. It's advanced market, Hamiltonian economics. But it's like eco. The meeting house has got XP and sends an eco tech as well. It's got the ability to call dragoons if he's desperately under pressure. They're quite expensive, but you know they get the job done. Basically, you're paying 800 food for 5 units, which costs like 1,000 resources. So it's still a good trade. It's a really good trade. It just feels expensive. 5 settler wagons, it's build limit of 5. I thought it might be build limit of 6, but 5 makes sense. And yeah, so Kees Kachel is slowly making his way up. Hussars do come in. Tries to go for the settler wagon, which will actually get a kill here. But just like Malta, if you kill a settler wagon, it just doesn't matter. You just train another one. But if you kill a villager, you always will be behind your villager production. Is the interesting kind of thought process behind there. So yeah, you probably could buy another wood in transition and gets the settler wagon and recover position. Hello. I think now he just wants to age up and actually sending in. What card is he actually sending in? This is the Cree CDB and the Cree Tannin. Basically, sends you a native embassy and already allows you the Cree. So the actual card costs 200 wood. 200 wood. It's not a high impact card, and actually, you know, if you're on a map with Cree, you would just ally Cree naturally instead of sending this card. So you would say it's a bad card, but on maps with no Cree, well, you've got an advantage here. You can make CDBs, but your opponent can't, and go straight in there. But also, you know, has access to Cree Tannin, which is a great technology. 5% on your HP for your army. Cree textile craftsmanship also pretty good, and that also boosts construction wagon as well. So that might be something that Kees Kachel is tempted to go into. Steppenwolf is up to the next stage. Got another batch of hussars. I think Steppen might, if I haven't been counting correctly, he might have actually trained 15 hussars or another 5 in transition. So he's going for a pretty fast, wanting to cause damage. And yeah, like, where are the hussars? Get the hussars in here. The amount of villagers quite far from town centre, but the amount of just potential raid in here is so strong. I think he wants to go back in. He's waiting for 13 skirmishes. That's 8 plus 5 and a batch of goons. Idlevilles are an inappropriate turn. That's a shame. Another TP. That's quite nice. I like that. I like adding second TPs. Keeps your momentum in the third age, which is very important. have a quick swig of the Friday beer. It is Friday, boys. Happy Friday. And if you're watching this on YouTube on Tuesday morning, I'm sorry to say, it's Tuesday. Or whatever day this goes out on. If it goes out on. Probably is. I've been enjoying this build actually here from Kees Kachel and actually witnessing new patch theory here with the German immigrants and the things. You got the bank. The economy here from Kees Kachel is still pretty good. I know the score says that Stepan's ahead, but I don't see where that comes from. Kees Kachel is up. He's already called in the Carbine Cavalry here from the meeting house. So that's a nice transition because, yes, it's not amazing value, especially the Pennsylvania rifles, but 800 food for a unit which costs 160 res in total, but also includes gold. He already has goons out to defend in the Third Age, so he's not critically weak. So all these things tying together for the United States build order, which I think is actually quite interesting to see. Again, researching Pennsylvania, he's got so much food with the income he has. Really should be looking to get onto some mining, I think, unless I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at. And Oakham at Black Mesa, 1 coal prospector wagon, 5 gunslingers. Like that's a good card. That's a great card. Coal mines are ridiculous, and it's taken a lot of time for United States players to think about this. I mean, if I was to play USA earlier, I would have always sent Asia up with Kentucky because it's always great. And coal mines are just... Coal mines, unfortunately, I feel are just unbalanced because to have a resource giving you 2x income on the gold is... It's just too much. And the thing is, you're sending the coal wagons now. Great. What do you want to do? What's the best thing to do with coal? Gather them, get the coin, and what actually costs coin? Mercenaries and Gatling guns. Either, I don't care what you make, just gather that gold up and spend it quickly on these giant grenadiers. Here's in the saloon. I know they cost 3 pop now, but as a unit, nice. And Kees Kachel probably looked at the saloon and saw the giant grens there, thinking, oh boy, I'm in for a good one. So giant gren, sharpshooter combination, a bit of Carbine Cavalry. The thing is, I don't want to be like that person, but once the coal mines come in, with the amount of CDBs, the settler wagons, and the, we're up to amalgamation, I'm struggling really hard to see how France keeps up with this, because the settler wagon's gathering at 3.24 gold per second. That settler wagon's getting more income than the bank. Oh, bank's already sieged down, that's unfortunate. But the bank's only 2.75. It's mind blown. It's an incredible amount of eco. 2 Falcons here from Steppenwolf do come out, so they should be just about able to trade with the 2 Gatlins with Micro, but I wouldn't like this. Scum's moving forward, and as soon as the Gatlins, these are tightly packed. They're going to unpack. Oh, no. Oh, look at them. Oh, oh, just about gets out of there. I was panicking then. Falc's being called forwards. He needs to unpack them and then get in range, not get in range and then unpack them. I think that's a shame. He will pick off, but the Gatlins will return fire. Actually wins the artillery Micro quite comfortably there, so I will give credit there. Dragoon's finishing off the job, and in the end, that hasn't gone quite well. But for Kees Kachel, I think the point is he's pushed out before he's gathered all his coal, so he's sent a card he hasn't got full momentum from, and he's actually kind of lost the fronts. Giant Gren's doing some work to push back the Colonial Hussars, and still H2 Hussars doing some good damage, but look at the skirmishers behind, massive damage behind, and Kees Kachel's position has just plummeted, and that's really unfortunate, actually. I felt the position in there from the American player was actually slightly in advantageous position compared to France if he bought some time, or bided his time, shall I say. I would have actually preferred to see an artillery foundry here instead of a saloon. We have the How do we have the 19 houses? Why have we built 19 houses? Unless I'm missing something, like it's a scaling card. Wow, I mean, full population here, but I'm expecting to see artillery foundry. There we go. Into mass Gatling spam behind. We got basically 1,000 a bit of cold remaining, which is not too much. An opportunity to bounce back is starting, but wow, the icon from Giant Grenadier and Sharpshooters are basically identical. I was struggling to see what he's training then. Okay, here come the Apaches, going for Apache Scouts, which yes, I kind of would wanted to see the Zap Counterlands. I know it costs a little bit more, but that's your momentum you need to push out, and that will clap into the skirms. I know those Dragoons will do well, but you kind of want to take the heat off your Giant Grenadiers and Sharpshooters. We can get in and do the damage to the Dragoons or whatever it needs to. And going Culverins versus 2 Falk. 1 Falk! 3 Culverins! Oh, Kees Kachel, no! Oh, I see it. Unless he's calling big brain plays, I don't... that needed to be 4 Gatlins. I wanted it to be 4 Gatlins. That would have been a great comeback and actually would make good use of the Colwyn's. Still, always Giant Grenadier Sharpshooters. Like, the army's pretty good. Like, the bounce back, you see the score, the bounce back here from USA is great. And what we don't want to do is push up before we're fully ready to go again and run into issues like we did previously. I've lost where all of Kees Kachel's vills have gone. Oh, there's a load of field over here. That's where they are. That's risky play. CDBs on this side of the map as well is also very risky. Apache's leading the charge. The reverse micro returns. Drag box. I like that. It does the job, actually, to get in that situation. But finally, we're seeing the Gatling guns come out. Don't have much on gold now after the coal mines are gone, so Keys may need to rebalance that macro. Ready to fire. Love that. And the anti-cav here with the Giant Grenadiers. Like, all of a sudden, he was down so much score, but has actually managed to come back into a position where he should be able to get some good trades. And versus, he's going to absolutely love seeing his Jaegers. He's going to be like, yes, Jaegers mean probably not many Cuirassiers. And there's no there's no Cuirassiers here from Steppenwolf. It's pure Skirm Goon and unpacks the Gatling guns, and they're going to rip through the Skirmish army. Patches move forward to block. Giant Gren's still decent range attack. They're better in range than they are in melee, it seems. Okay, so the Gatling guns have been focused down, but all I'm just saying is plus 12s everywhere. The Colt in forward, tanking up so much like Jaeger fire. More Carbine Cavalry being trained. Outhoot's being called in as well. A couple of Saddlewagons just getting in on the action for the fun of it. But then look at the Giant Grenadiers. There's still 15 of them. There's 15 Giant Grenadiers. All it needs now is 2 more Gatling guns, 3 more Gatling guns, and the game is sealed here from Kees Kachel's point of view. But that fight as well gone pretty good. Outranging with the Sharpshooters can just bully the Jaegers as we see behind. And from a position of, looking pretty dire to relatively strong comeback. And that's thanks to the economic boom and the 2 coal mines, which is... It's just so strong. And the 5 Alhu into the 10 Sharpshooter. This is a card. This is a card. That's broken. Man, that's broken, that card. It's a very strong card. But Sambi's been climbing the ladder of the United States to get top 3 at the moment. So, like, in the skill level of Kaiserklein, as statistics would say, but others would disagree with, this is what we're seeing in the United States at the moment. And have we found our new strongest Civ on the ladder? I mean, maybe. I mean, the build is pretty straightforward, and Kees Kachel could tighten in places, but it's the combo of the coal mines and the Gatling guns is just, it's something you just can't really undo. It is that good. Yeah, Gatling guns do drop off as the game goes on, but if you're training a couple Gatling guns, you are kind of relying on your opponent to dive in onto them or build artillery to counter them. And if they dive in on the Gatling guns, do you see the amount of damage the Giant Grenadiers and the Sharpshooter lines were doing to the Dragoon, the Jaegers? And the army size speaks for itself. 200 population here for the United States of America. Steppenwolf 101, sending cav combat for 12 Cuirassiers. It's great to see, but there's Giant Grenadiers on the floor here from Kees Kachel, unchallenged, because the Jaegers can't get close enough. And it's just going to be a little bit too much to kind of deal with this. State capital is... Another state capital? Oh, this might be the first one, actually. I am so blind, I can't even remember if there was a state... No, you never sent the state capital. Oh, you just aged up naturally, which is... I think it's fine, because... Okay, going Bankwagon. Diving in, the Apache going into melee versus the Cuirassiers. Hang on a minute. Is there another turn in this tale? But there's enough Grenadiers. The 11 are still in melee and actually protecting Gatling guns. And look at the guns rip through. All the Jaegers are now down. And the Zap Catalans charge in from the home city to seal the deal. Sharpshooters are getting left to dry, but I mean, the damage is done. Look at the score difference now. The army has been gone, and Kees Kachel's going to send in another booming card. That is the 2 block Kauswagens behind, and that is GG. Patrick saying USA seems insane. I think they look insane. They look scary, and the thing is, they looked scary before this German immigrants change with the Pennsylvania Church eco card, with Hamilton economics. It kind of gets there, and people are starting to understand how the coal mines work and how they play in the game. But there's just card after card after card for USA, and as long as you have decent defense, can hold off the potential timing. We do note that this matchup, okay, let's say, I don't know, USA versus Spain, they struggle versus the Lancers, so you might want to adapt your build, but versus a normal semi-F civ, let's say, on an open map like this, quite large, USA have got enough time to do what they need, and with all the trickles and eco, they kind of can sit in base as well while they're at it. They're starting mine, not yet fully depleted as well, to hammer home another point. So, GG. Good game. Well played to both players there. Well played to Kees Kachel for the win. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.